All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. This sit down, quick lunch break is going to be entitled various topics. So, seeing through the news feed this morning where Esau has now linked this guy who did this stabbing to what so-called black Hebrew Israelites, right? So, you know, the accuser of our brother, you know, he's working that propaganda machine now, you know, after Esau bombed the Arabs, or Slakia, not the Arabs, the Persians, right, the Iranians. Now they, the news cycle has now went into what, once again, deeming the Hebrew Israelites, right? And, you know, starting with our apostles and elders, this gospel they were preaching is not of a carnal fight. It's of a spiritual battle. And right now, they getting their ass whooped spiritually. All right? That's why the accuser of our brethren, matter of fact, let's get that. That's why the accuser of our brethren is now what, trying to wrap up his propaganda machine, right? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast with him. Right? And that's what's coming. You know, this devil's going to be cast down. All right? And devil just simply means the deceiver. You know, he's deceived this whole world. He put up his image as the image of Yahushua and of the Most High, right? Even the prophets. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Yeah. You know, he sets these things up and put pork in all your products, and then says, see, Lord, they still living in wickedness. But yet and still, you're the one promoting the wickedness to keep us in sin, to keep us in derision, right? It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Yeah, you're not going to love your life unto death, man. All right? You know, some of us going to be delivered up, all right? But you're not going to love your life unto death. There's nothing that's going to be able to separate you from the love of Yahushua, all right? If you of that elect men. And if it's your lot to go through whatever you're going to go through, take it cheerfully, right? Fact. And let me stay on topic. Take it cheerfully, all right? And we know that they're trying to make us an offender for the word. Matter of fact, let's get that. It's Isaiah. They're trying to make us an offender for the word, man. All right? Why? Because we're telling them that their kingdom is finished, and that it's gone down, right? Shalom, shalom. Yahweh Bashal Shai, Bashim Rakakadash, Barakatham, shalom. To the brothers on the comment board, shalom. And they're making us an offender for the word. Why? Because they know that their kingdom is finished, man. All right? Once Israel woke up to who they were according to the scriptures, then it's a wrap for Esau and his kingdom, right? Jacob is the beginning of the word that follows, right? So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, right? The terrible one. Who is the terrible one? It's Esau Edom. He's going to be brought to naught. Let's read this again. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Yeah, they watch for iniquity. They constantly accusing us to our power, right? It says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproved in the gate. Yeah, they constantly make a snare for our people, man. You know, they wrapped up in all different type of wickedness to make us what? An offender for the word, right? That's why you see they constantly coming back and forth with Salakia. Let this dude go by. I know he's gonna try and speak. Salakia. What going on, man?
They ain't letting nobody pause back here?
I'm gonna hit you up in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Salakia. It's the plantation, man. You know, as soon as you get to try and do a lesson, I'd move all the way down to a place where you just heard them say there wasn't no parking down here, specifically so I can have a little, you know, a little time to try and get this lesson in. But it's all good. Let's read this again. This is Isaiah chapter 20 and verse 21. That make a man, and let me start this again. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Yeah, man. And that's what they doing. They trying to make a man for an offender for the word. Because why? We don't talk about a carnal fight. We talk about a spiritual battle that Yahweh Shai is going to lay down, man. All right? They know that once we come back to our power, once again, there's nothing that they can do. Why? Because he's going to fight for us, right? Let's get this. This is the book. What's that? Let me see. Bear with me, I can. That guy wouldn't even park down here. Walked all the way down here. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. And that's what we've been doing. Starting with our apostles and elders on down, man. They've been pulling down these strongholds that's been on the mind of the hopeful elect. All right? Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach, right? Bringing into captivity, man, where you thought you was a African American, or you thought you was a Negro. Well, guess what? That mindset has been brought into captivity. Why? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. He revived you. You know what I'm saying? He put that spirit of life back into you, lets you know who you was according to the scriptures. All right? And you know, we know these things are coming. All right? And it's been prophesied, and we're going to continue to prophesy. And I don't think I read this right here. Let's go back to Revelation. This is Revelations in 12 and 12. Therefore, let me start at 11 again. And they overcame him. Who is that him? That spiritual, not the spiritual counterpart to Satan, who is Esau Edom, right? And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, right? Who are the heavens? What is the elect of the children of Israel, right? It says, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Yeah, this man Esau, you don't know he has but a short time, man. So that's why you see him now trying to wrap up and bomb Iran. You know, I seen an article last night that was an opinion piece done by a guy in September 2019. And Lord willing, I'll be able to do a lesson on it later. But he was going into the parallels of World War I and the upcoming World War III, which is, gonna have that nuclear destruction. All right. Now, what he was saying was that it's all about oil. Whoever controls the oil controls the world economy, right? So basically, whenever the United States attacks someone, it's for the resources. All right. This man covered fields. Matter of fact, let's get that. He covered fields and take it by violence, right? And Esau has been on his job, man. He's the perfect devil. He's been doing everything that Yahweh Shai has been told him to do. And guess what? He's exceedingly going beyond and beyond, right? Like the brother Rump say, beyond the call of duty. All right? This is Micah chapter 2. And I'm going to get to you brothers on the comment board. Let me get to your scriptures, brothers. Yep, I had that precept in mind. They hate him. Let me go ahead and get it. This is the brother GMS, Gobal, Adama, Amos 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate. They abhor him that speaketh uprightly. Yeah, man. They hate because we're telling them that they're wicked. That your laws are contrary to the Most High. Right? Esau, he, like I said earlier, man, he's a perfect devil, man. Well, let's get this at Micah. This is Micah chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. Woe means death and destruction, man. All right? And work evil upon their beds, right? When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And that's why I had a guy come to me today. He was like, well, that Iranian guy, he wasn't no perfect guy. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm sure he's killed some people. But that's like the pot calling the kettle black. Just because you have the power to do these things to these people and you doing the same thing don't make you right. All right? And that's why these nations are fed up with Esau, man. Because they're doing whatever the hell they want to do and don't think it's going to be any recompense for their actions. And this is part of what this scripture is saying right here. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of the hand. And it is in the power of Esau's hand. He believed that he's invincible, man. Like, I seen Apostle Elder Ramla talk about that live stream that Esau did when he was with the so-called evangelical Christians. And like I said, when I had did that live stream 1 in the morning, I had the spirit I was watching the news, and the spirit had the way it went straight to that live feed, and I seen how proud that devil was talking, man. Man, all that pride is gonna come before a fall, man. And Esau, he don't even lay these things to heart. He don't even contemplate these things, because why? They think that their rulership is gonna continue forever, right? And that's the spirit that Yahweh Shai has put on these devils. All right, this is Micah 2 and 2. They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man in his heritage. Right? So that's what they do, man. And that war that they're going to try and start with Iran is all about oil, man. But first and foremost, it's gonna become this RFID microchip is gonna be made mandatory, man. Before the end all be all, it's gonna be made mandatory. Elder Apostle Ha went into this, I believe, yesterday. A video we put up yesterday, how that whoever's gonna take that chip is gonna be had in derision. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that right quick, and then we'll jump back. How You know, that RFID microchip is going to be made mandatory before World War III, before Armageddon kicks off. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in their forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of his holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So what's that fire and brimstone? That's that thermonuclear missiles coming down. All right? That's the reward that's waiting on these people who take this microchip, man. Which is the mark of the beast. The RFID, the NFC microchip. All right? Now let's jump back. Let's go to Micah chapter 2 and verse 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shah, behold, which means look, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Yeah, man. It say a haughty spirit before a fall. That pride, man. That pride which is amplified by Esau, man. All right. Verse 4. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament you with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. How have he removed it from me? Turning away, he have divided our fields. Yeah, man. You know, you got those folks over in Iran really mourning in lamentation for that guy who got killed, man. I seen I had seen like a slight article about it yesterday, and then my wife brought it up to me yesterday evening, where they put a $80 million bounty on Trump, man. All right, these folks are really tired of this devil, man. You know, I seen a brother post a post on YouTube where it stated how many times have each country tried to overthrow another country, and in Iran column it was 0, but in America column Salakia. We still going? Let me check. Okay, cut. What the hell is this? You see that say, man. Somebody's keep trying to sign in to my Google account from trying to sign in to my Google account from another device. Now I got both of my devices that I'm using right here, right now. So it shouldn't be anybody else trying to sign into any of my devices. And it's yeah, he messing with the live stream. Yeah. It's because why? Because the truth coming out, man. He make a man an offender for the word. Damn devil, man. Let's go back. This is Micah 2 and verse 5. Therefore shall none that shall cast a cord by lot in the congregation of the Lord prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy, they shall not prophesy to them, that they shall not take shame. And they go into something else. But yeah, man, they make a man an offender for the word. Go ahead and end this live stream. I see Esau trying to do something. But hey, man, all praise to Yahweh Shah, right? So with that, Lord willing, has been edifying. There's various topics, man. you know, how Esau is really finna come down, man, and try and take the Israelites out. But we know we're gonna be protected in that day. Matter of fact, let me get something right quick, and I'll end it on this. Because we're gonna be protected in that day. So fear not, thou worm, O Jacob. Right? But we have no might. But we the one that's spiritual about it though. Alright? Esau is the carnal man. Jacob is the spiritual man. That's why Yahweh Shah chose us, right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, which we're heading into, right? Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, right? And we're going to be delivered. So don't fear. We see what this devil doing, and he's not going to be able to succeed. Matter of fact, I got to get one more. Got to get one more. But he ain't be able to succeed, right? I had to get more than one more. I'm gonna jump back to that. I think that's what I want. Bear with me, Aki. This is, let me make sure. This is the book of Job, chapter 5. And I'm going to start at verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And that's what Yahweh Shah gonna do. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, gotta get that. He's gonna lift up that standard against them. He's gonna disappoint them in their devices. Get that, and I'm gonna jump back. He's gonna disappoint them in their devices. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. See that? So it's going to be Yahweh who's going to lift up that standard against Esau in that day. Let's jump back to Job. Job chapter 5 and verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daylight, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Yeah, man. We're worms right now. We have no power in our hand. Only power we have is this book, and believing in Yahweh Shah. That's it, man. All right? Oh, another thing, man. You got these guys, Sons of Thunder, man. They wearing bulletproof vests with Sakari, man. You carnal-minded niggas gonna die. All right? You don't have any faith in Yahweh Shah doing that. All right, that's gonna be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide in sincerity and in faith, trying to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. Till the next time, I say Shalom.